this gig, and in the end, I'm a scoreboard guy. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Did I really move the ball down the field today? Did my artists? Are we supporting ourselves with our music? Are we making a living? Are we diversifying? Are we building a future? Are we making something viable as art? So, and I know Lisa works that way too, so I'm going to be, I think that we're all going to be brutally honest about what we're looking at. So starting with record production. And again, there are no stupid answers, no stupid questions. Let's be as base as we can in our understanding. How many of you clearly understand what a record producer does? Awesome. I don't see a lot of hands, so that's great. So let me tell you what a record producer does. A record producer, and tell me if you guys have a difference of opinion, but in my experience, a record producer is the person who's responsible for delivering a successful record, however that happens. Some guys are songwriters. Some guys have an engineering background. My favorite producer is this guy named Mutt Lange. Has anybody ever heard of him? Mutt Lange is the guy who produced the most successful rock record in the world so far. It's this album called AC/DC's Back in Black. You guys ever heard it? It's got You Shook Me All Night Long and Back in Black on it. So a lot of people don't know, I think that is still the Earth's third largest selling album. It's AC/DC's Back in Black, which is staggering to know. Now, at the risk of sounding like an old guy, I know that that's like an old rock record, but Mutt Lange is also the guy who produced, he hasn't had a huge success as of late, but that's because people don't buy music anymore. So the last substantial success that he had was Shania Twain. So Mutt Lange is the kind of artist who is so involved in the details, and I've never met him and I've never worked with him, but we're huge students of him. Some of these other big industry stalwart producers I have had the good fortune of working with. But Mutt Lange is the kind of guy who's so detailed, we like to think of him, we like to work like him. We like to start like what Lisa was talking about. When we produce a record, we like to get into the lounge of the studio with the artists, and before we even start talking about recording songs and getting the band together and arrangements, we want to sit there and listen to every song that's going to be on the record. And we want to be honest about whether this song belongs on the record. So that's the first thing that we do in our process. We sit down and we understand who the artist is. Now, in the case of Sisters Morales, which I'm going to try not to keep coming back to, but since we're talking about it, the first thing that we had to do as an artist was understand who the artists were. We'd seen them perform before, but as we sat with them and listened to them go through songs, we were able to witness what it was that was special about this group. Because I like to say, there's not going to be a music career unless you have something unique, some spark, something that we can market that people are going to be turned on by.